Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the first video with a topic. So I wanted to talk to you today about one-to-one readings. You know, that incredible moment where the loved one from spirit stands in the presence of their loved one here that's grieving, that's missing them. And I want to look at putting spirit first within that setting of readings, especially one-on-one. So the first thing I want to express to you all is that what I'm about to say in this video isn't to tell you what to do, how to work and things like that, but it's to make you think. And that's the whole point of this, is to give you a different perspective to the way that we normally associate working in a one-to-one setting. Now, the very first thing that I do want to clear up and make it really clear, because we're being honest here, is that nobody can ever guarantee that a connection is ever going to be made. So if you see it advertised or somebody promising you that, you know, you are going to get a guaranteed reading, that they will guarantee you this, guarantee you that, they can't do that. And the reason that they can't do that is because they are not the spirit person. And they can only bring to the recipient whoever turns up. So if nobody from your family or your loved ones are available that day to come and talk to you, you cannot guarantee that you're going to give them a connection. So please don't, for those that don't understand how all this works, a guaranteed connection or a guaranteed reading isn't the case. We can't do that, and we can't demand that spirit come forward. So without further ado, let's sort of move on from that. I just wanted to make that point clear, because I do see quite a few places where it guaranteed reading or guaranteed connection with a loved one. They can't promise you that. It's just impossible to promise you that. So I just wanted to make that clear. So let's look at the whole topic of why I'm doing this video today. And I want to talk to you about what I call the shopping list. So what do I mean by the shopping list? Throughout our development, I would say most people are taught to get the person, identify the person, maybe name of the person, where did they live, how did they die, what are their hobbies, and so on. And we build and formulate this list of information or evidence that we're told is good evidence. I'm not here to tell you that that's not good evidence. But what I am going to say to you is that if you were to ask spirit what is good evidence, I can guarantee you that they would not be telling you that it was how they died, what their hobbies were, etc. And it would not be, I would say, 90% of things that are on that shopping list. So why do we have a shopping list? Where did it come from? I think it came from a little bit of trying to put some structure into readings. I've heard some mediums say, oh, you need to get 5 bits of evidence before you give anything. And it makes me wonder who actually works for who when that, is the scenario. We cannot, as mediums, and we shouldn't, demand certain types of evidence from spirit, because for that spirit person and that recipient, who we may not know, how do we as the medium know what is good evidence? How can we say that having to make the spirit person relive their passing, which could have been tragic, we don't know. How do we know what effect that would have on them, having to relive that just to prove it as evidence? If we look at it from the medium's perspective and through the eyes of a medium, it makes the medium look incredibly good if they can get names, addresses, phone numbers, and all those little details. The medium looks amazing. But we're not looking at it from the medium's perspective, and we shouldn't look at it from the medium's perspective. We should be looking at it from spirit's perspective. We work for spirit. Spirit don't work for us. And like I said in the introduction video, we're not here to promote the medium. We should never be promoting the medium. We should be promoting the connection between that spirit person and that recipient who's missing them. So how do we do that? How do we move it away from it being how good the medium is and what information the medium can get and things like that, to actually truly listening to spirit and what they need in this communication? And one of the ways that I'm going to try and explain this to you is to do a little scenario with you, which I know is quite unusual. You probably won't find many videos out there where they actually do a scenario to help you understand it. But I'm going to do that because I think if we show you, then you may understand from Spirit's perspective how important it is that we listen to them rather than to what we, the medium, need. So please bear with me on this, because there is method. As I always say, there's method in my madness, but I want you to see things from a different perspective. And I'm going to do two scenarios. The first one is going to be a one-to-one reading, the medium's way. And then the second one, I'm going to do it Spirit's way, or the way that they would love it to be done. So please follow me on this, because I want you to place yourself in the shoes of that spirit person. Just for a few moments, put yourself as that spirit person as I do this scenario with you. And I just want you to think, if you were that person in spirit, which of these two ways would you prefer the mediums to work for you? It will all make sense as I do it. So please, as I say, bear with me. So let's set the scene for the scenario. I want you, as you're listening to this, to imagine that you went out shopping one day and that something really dreadful happened and you didn't come home. It happens, that's life, it's hard, but it happens. So let's be realistic. So you now are in spirit and you never got to say goodbye to your family. Again, this happens, it's realistic. So I want you to also imagine that you have a daughter and that your daughter doesn't really believe in all of this, but out of curiosity, your daughter's going to come to me, I'll be the medium, for one reading and one reading only, just to fill that curiosity. Again, this is realistic. This is what people do. So think about this. You are in spirit. Your daughter, who you never got to say goodbye to or give that motherly or fatherly advice to, is sitting in my little room with me, and I'm going to be your medium. So the first scenario is that I'm going to do it the medium's way. I'm going to do it, this scenario, in the way that we have the shopping list, that it's all about the medium getting the best evidence possible, and so on. So back to the scenario. As the medium, I've already charged you all your money before your daughter came and sat in this room. She's already paid for it without even knowing the reading's going to go ahead or be good. And I'm going to gift you half an hour together with your daughter. There's the scenario. You're in spirit, I'm your medium, and your daughter is sitting in my room. Now, since you're passing, your daughter may have been crying at night time. They may be angry because you've gone, that they never got to say goodbye to you. You know that. I don't know it because I don't know you and I don't know your daughter. So in this half hour, this is how it could go. You come and stand to the side of me, and I'm looking at your daughter over there. And the first thing that I'm going to say to her is that I've got a lady stepping forward, and this lady feels very much like your mum. Would you understand mum to be in spirit? Your daughter might say, yes, she is. I'm then going to say to you, as the spirit person, what do you need to say to your daughter? And I would imagine that most people would want to say to them that they're sorry they left or that they never got to say goodbye and how much they love them. But then I'm going to have to stop you because I need to describe you first. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to go through a full list of what this you look like as you're stood here with me. Would you understand your mum has beautiful long blonde hair? She wore glasses, very slim. She feels very bubbly in her personality. They're going to be going, yes, that sounds just like my mum. Fabulous. Then you might want to start to tell your daughter how much you love them. But I can't let you do that yet because now I've got to get your telephone number. I've got to find out how you died. I've got to look at all your hobbies and I'm going to go through this shopping list. And as I'm going through this shopping list, the recipient might be going, flipping heck, Kaz Dukes is a fantastic medium. She can get all of these details for me. But as the spirit person, I haven't yet let you talk to your daughter. I haven't let you say what you need to say in this half hour. And by now, I've gone through all the shopping list. Time's ticking, and I've not let you yet speak to your daughter. But that doesn't matter because Kaz Dukes is a really good medium and I can get all of this fantastic evidence. How does that make you feel that I have not yet let you speak to your daughter? It may be fantastic evidence. It may be really nitty-gritty stuff. But what it isn't is a connection between you and your child. Now, bear in mind that 20 minutes now has probably gone past in your reading. You've got 10 minutes left. And your daughter may never come for a reading again. So now you've only got 10 minutes left to talk to your daughter. And I might now turn to you and say, do you have a message for your daughter? How does that make you feel? As the spirit person, that I, the medium, has taken away your time with your child just so that I look good. Just so that I can say, wow, Kaz Dukes can get all that information. Fabulous. She's a damn good medium. What a shame. What a shame that I haven't honoured you as the spirit person to be able to answer your daughter's questions that she's been crying at night time asking. What a shame that I can't allow you to be free to talk to your daughter. So let's just change this a little bit. Let's just change this thought pattern. Because now I'm going to do the same scenario, but I'm going to do it from spirit's perspective. And I'm going to honour you as that spirit person. Same scenario. You are in spirit. Your daughter is sitting here. You have come to me as your medium. Now, I don't care about having my name in lights. I don't care about people thinking that I'm a damn good medium because I can get all this information. What I care about is that in that half hour that you've got with your child, which may be the last half hour for a very long time, is that you get to say what you need to say, not what I think you need to say. So let's just do it slightly differently. So, once more, you come and stand to the side of me. I turn to you, and the first thing I'm going to do is welcome you. Just like I welcomed your daughter into my room, I'm going to welcome you as the spirit person because I want you to feel just as comfortable with me as what your daughter does. Okay, I'm hoping this is making sense to everybody. So once I've welcomed you, I'm going to ask you who you are to this person. And you're going to tell me I'm mum or I'm dad, so on. I can then turn to your daughter and say, I have your mum standing or your dad standing here because they're telling me they're your mum or dad. And what I will do then is just say to you, give me one bit of evidence, if you don't mind, that absolutely nails who you are. That one thing that your daughter would know, it's definitely you. You might bring back a memory. Your mum's telling me that, she was the one or he was the one that taught you how to ride your bike, so on. They're going to know that's you from that bit of information because nobody knows your child better than you do. So you, as the spirit person, are quite capable of giving me that one bit of information that will nail it. And then for the rest of the half hour, I sit back and I say to you, right now it's over to you. What do you need to say to your child? And I simply become your voice. I'm not here for me. I'm not the one gaining out of this connection. I'm here to be your voice in that moment, that precious moment that you talk to your child again. The rest of that half hour, you can say exactly what you need to your child. You can answer their questions. You can tell them that you were there when they went and ordered things for the funeral. You can tell them that you were there when the child was born or whatever it needs to be. You can tell them what you need. And at the end of it, hopefully, your daughter also has what she needs because her mum or her dad has given that. I don't know what they need. I don't know what you need. But what I can do is listen to you. And I can listen to what is needed between parent and child, not medium parent and child. But it doesn't end there, and it shouldn't end there. Your daughter has gone away heart full of love because she knows she has been back in the presence of their parent. You cannot mistake that feeling. You cannot, it doesn't matter how many words you bring, the feeling is always there that they've been in the presence of their loved one. And that's something that is undeniable. So your daughter then goes home full of love, full of hope, and is able to then start that healing process. But what about you? As the spirit person, what has it done for you? So as your daughter leaves this reading, this room, or on Zoom, or wherever it may be, I ask you to stay behind just for a little bit longer. Not because for selfish reasons, because I want to say to you as the spirit person, I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. What can I do next time that would make it easier for your world? And I hope I did you proud. That's not about me. That's about making sure that next time that connection happens with either them or somebody else, is that I can be a better medium for them. Does that make sense? So when you have or when you give a reading and you are the medium within that scenario, I'm not telling you to do it differently. But what I am saying to you is, please think of spirit first. What do they need? They know their child or their loved one far better than you will ever will know them. Let them decide what is good evidence. Let them decide what needs to be said. Don't stick to this shopping list, this mechanical way of doing mediumship, because mediumship should not be mechanical. Mediumship should be a natural way of people talking to each other and reconnecting with each other. And there's no shopping list that can recreate that kind of communication between two people that love each other. Again, I'm not telling you what to do, what to say, but what I do hope this little video has done is made you think. And that it's made you think more about, do you need your name in lights? Do you need to be on a pedestal that says, I am the greatest, I am the best, I can guarantee this, and I can tell you everything you need to know about where they live, their address, everything like that? Or can you go to bed at night knowing that two people have come back together and you were honoured enough to be part of that and be the voice of that spirit person? You have to decide how you want to do it. But I really hope that this has made you think twice about how you do it. Now, I'm not saying that the need to practice and get that information within a practice circle or your home circles or your church. It's important to be able to get that information if it's needed. But please don't be the one that decides that's needed. Let spirit decide whether it's needed. I hope this has given you food for thought. If it has, fabulous. If it hasn't and you want to still use your shopping list, not a problem at all. I'm not telling you that's wrong. But I just want you to start to think about spirit first. Thank you.